Welcome. This is Intuitive Tarot 2.0. This reading is about self-mastery, insights for self-mastery for the month of October. So within self-mastery is a tool for personal growth, and the growth is determined by the individual soul. It's not something that we can do by the mind. It is something that is initiated through our intuition, via our intuition from the soul. So this, however, this is something that we can track via the energetic, we can track through via our emotions and our thoughts. So what this reading does, this reading gives an insight into what the collective is working on in terms of mastering self, what elements are at play, and what is needing addressing. Of course, take what resonates with your own personal situation, but this is a reading to give insight into personal growth, self-mastery. So let's get going. As always, thank you so much for coming back, and to those that are joining us newly, you are welcome. If you have been finding value in this reading, if you have been getting something from this reading, please consider subscribing. This way it helps me to come online a bit more to offer you these insightful readings. With that said, let's begin. So what is the self-mastery? What's the self-mastery energetics for this time? What is the insight on our personal journey, self-mastery, personal growth? Give us the insight, what is needing healing, what have we healed, and what we are moving forward with. So give us this information. What's the energetics? What's the energetics? So this is self-mastery, personal growth, insights into our reading, so into our work, into our healing, shadow work, and whatnot. There's a card that's wanting to come out. There's a whole bunch of them. Okay, so I will bring them out. So this is the Two of Swords. So there's something about confusion. Two of Swords. I feel with this card is an indication of, we've mastered our minds. I'm going to use the one, we've mastered our mind, or getting to master our mind through the conflicting thoughts. So we're coming into mastering and being in control of our thoughts. Being in control of our thoughts. Look at these cards. You can see the markings on this card, some of the shapes on these swords. You can almost look at them. They're kind of really I just feel when you look at them long enough, you can see this is more about, there's the heart shape. You can see some shapes that looks really, really familiar. Some of it are just like bird's eye. So I just feel that we've mastered our thoughts, or coming into mastery of our thoughts. The number 2, sorry, just getting the focus. The number 2. So moving into mastery of our thoughts. So this is really being on this journey of self-mastery. This is what we are coming into focus. We are coming into mastery. Mastering our thoughts, clearing confusion, clearing the clouds of confusion, and coming to clarity on what is our truth. The sword is all about truth, on what is our truth and what feels untrue. So this is what we are mastering the mind. We are mastering the mind, coming to some form of mastery. So I feel this card, this is the card of judgment, yes. And this is the card of balance, the balancing of the karmic cycle, the judgment, the introspection. I feel this is seeing ourselves in that light of our own review, the internal review, the review thinking. And I also feel with this too, there's a mystery of some past lives elements or elements that is coming from our soul, because this is actually on the cloud. This is not from this realm. So I feel with this card, we are somewhat becoming open to that angelic aspect of us. Yes, of that angelic aspect of us. And they are highlighting me to the wings, and you can see the wings has got, you can see it's almost like the wings is stirring. The awakening to our angelic side is what they are pointing me to on this card. And it's XXX, number 10. So number 20. Number 20. You know, so the judgment. I feel this is an internal judgment, an internal review, an internal awakening about our angelic sides. The aspect of us that we are now beginning to remember as we embark on this work. The Eight of Pentacles, and this is what we are working on, to unveil that mastery, to unveil the gold, to unveil the gold. That's the alchemical gold of being our true and authentic self, the Christed, the anointed self, of being our true and authentic self. In that truth and authentic self, as we walk this path of self-mastery, we naturally open to the abundance that is already there. Naturally open to the abundance. And I feel this is what the self-mastery, the self-love, the opening up to our own truth, the gold within. So you can see that here. You can see these two images, the clouds and the money. So one is the judgment, one is the wings, coming into the realization of the true self. And the Eight of Pentacles is the working on that, and also is the bringing of that, is the embodiment of the angelic self, of the true self, of the divine self. So we are bringing that into physical manifestation. As we control our minds, as we realize the truth and control our mind of all wandering thoughts, of all thoughts that is reading that we are false, of all falsehood, basically. So this is a beautiful card. I forgot this one, the Hierophant. Wow, this is the groundedness, the stability of bringing our true and authentic self, of unveiling, of unlocking our true and authentic self. I feel what I am getting with this card is also our true and authentic self is always there. It's always there by this Hierophant. But what we now need to do is the realization of the self. With the Judgment card, with the Eight of Pentacles, working on that, so to unveil our true and authentic self as We walk on the path of mastery, mastering our thoughts, mastering our experiences, and bringing into our physical experience all of our experiences through this work. All of our experiences into a physical manifestation. So our true self has always been, you know, this is our true self. Our true self has always been. So the shadow work that we do unlocks our true self. And this is our truth and authentic self. So I think I've been going on these cards, but I want to sort of put these, I want to pick some tarot. I want to pick some tarot. I want to pick some tarot clarifier for these cards. So we can just get a bit more information. So give me tarot clarifiers for the cards, please. Give me clarifiers for these cards. Self-mastery is really a beautiful journey. It's a beautiful journey. It's the journey into self. It's the journey of unraveling our true and authentic self. So it's really a must. So within self-mastery, we have self-love, self-care, self-appreciation, radical self-acceptance. So this is the Empress. So we've got the Empress. So the Empress is the clarifier for that. We've got the Three of Swords, the clarifier for that. We got the Four of Cups for that. And we have the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords for that. Movement. Okay, it makes sense. So let's see this card in relation to new information. So Two of Swords and the Empress. So the Empress. So I feel with this card, with the Two of Swords and the Empress. So the Empress is all about creativity. It's all about creation. It's all about bringing it's all about bringing stuff. It's all about bringing the new into our experience. So it's all about creation, right? Creativity, embodiment of our creativity. So I feel a lot of through this journey, a lot of us are in two minds about our creativity. So this is bringing it into our creativity and what we actually want. So this is the journey. So some of us are not there yet because we are in two minds, although some of us are sort of learning to be in this space, learning to control the mind, you know. So the Empress is all about creation. It's all about bringing new. It's all about being our authentic self unapologetically. So, but because some of us are in two minds, we are not there yet to fully embrace our creativity. Self-mastery is all about self-improvement. So we have the Judgment. So we have the Judgment. You see what I mentioned earlier is about the awakening. Without this heartbreak, I feel some of you could have had some heartbreak or going through this in order to awaken your true self, in order to awaken. So this pain is necessary. Feeling the past pain in order to awaken, in order to awaken us to our true divine heritage, our true divine self. Whereas some of us could be looking at ourselves through the eyes of other people. And by looking through the eyes of other people, there's heartbreak there. You feel the sadness when people don't see you as you. But what this pain is doing, this pain is actually awakening you, awakening us to our true divine self. So that's the I. That's the I. It is the awakening. It's the judgment. It's the review. So you see these two people, they're almost like being the same. So this is an awakening to that self, and that is why this pain would be felt. The past pain is coming up so that you can go within, so that we can go within. So I feel with these cards, the Eight of Pentacles, I feel like I just feel like some of you are on this journey of self-mastery. Some of you are not accepting yourself. You're not wanting to do the work. You're still stubborn that, this is the only self that I have. I don't have to do anything. Whereas you have been awakened, your soul has awakened you through this and through the pains that you're having. Your soul has awakened you through this process of judgment and the Three of Swords. But I just feel like some of you are still not working on yourself. Even though your soul is showing you who you are right here. So the soul is showing you. Your soul is presenting. So this is the Hierophant. Your soul is always here, showing you what you want, but you are focused on what you are wanting, but you're focused on. You're focusing on the past. You're focusing on this pain. You're still focusing on this pain right here. So some of you are still focused on other people versus focusing on your own self. So this is what this is. And the Hierophant, the Six of Swords. So I feel with the Hierophant and the Six of Swords upside down, some of you are stuck. You're stuck in the old mindset, in dogma. You're set in the old ways. You don't want to move, even when your soul is presenting that. So that is causing a lot of stuckness in actually moving forward. So there's a lot of stuckness in this self-mastery insights, in this self-mastery collective reading, collective energetic, take what resonates. So I feel like people are in two minds about their creativity. There's an awakening to inner truth, to who you really are. But some people are, so the pain from the past is actually a trigger point for awakening to who we are. And I feel that some of you are not doing the work. Some of you are not focusing on what you need to do. And therefore, there's a lot of stuckness. There's no movement in terms of what you want. There's no movement in self-improvement, in improving yourself. So some of you are just stubborn. Some of you could be stubborn and just thinking that, why should I do this? I'm not this, I'm not that. And you could be watching this reading just now. And thinking, what is she talking about? And you could be triggered by this. What is she talking about? This is the energy. So there's stuckness. Your soul is showing you what you need to see, but you're not seeing what you need to see. You want to create something new, but you're in two minds about who you are. You're still carrying the pains of the past, even though your soul is awakening you to your true divine self. Your true and authentic self is always being, but you are not seeing. Because you are not seeing, there isn't any movement for you forward. I feel with this, what they are saying to me is some of you are stuck in the same cycle. of self, stuck in the same cycle, not wanting to change, but you are wanting something new. So this is a stuckness energy. This is stuckness energy, not wanting to move. Your creativity, your true creativity is there, wanting to be expressed. And your soul is awakening you to your soul is awakening you on this path. So your soul is already awakening you in the judgment. That is the judgment, and wanting you to work on certain things. But some of you are still stuck, not wanting to move. You're still stuck in the old ways. You're still stuck in dogma. You're still stuck in routine. And this could be with the Hierophant, this could be something official, so dogmatic, all of that. So stuck in routine, So what guidance do we have for movement? What guidance do we have for movement? How can we move this along? How can this energy be shifted? How can this energy be shifted? I'm going to take a different deck. How can this energy be shifted? How can the collective move from this stuckness? How can the collective move from this stuckness? Moving this collective on from this stuckness of self. So this is a transformative journey. So they said the Emperor. So the Emperor is all about taking control, being in control of your own personal journey. So the Emperor is all about control. It's all about initiative. It's all about taking action. That's number 4. Being grounded in yourself. What are you wanting? So the Emperor is all about taking that leadership in, taking that step for you. Taking that step for you and appreciating who you are. Appreciate where you are. So number 3 is all about creation. It's creativity. Embrace yourself. Be happy. Appreciate who you are. So this is self-appreciation. Celebrate who you are, no matter what. This is not a judgment. There's no need to judge yourself. And expect, look out, look around you, look at your experience. What do you want? What do you want? So there's the consideration again. Number 3 is prevalent in this reading. Number 3, self-mastery is really, and number 3 is all about creation, creativity, manifestation. This is the Empress too, number 3. The Empress is number 3. So number 3, the Empress, is prevalent, but she is upside down. So your manifestation, manifesting who you really are in truth. So it requires taking action, taking control, appreciating yourself, and being open to change. Expect. Be open to change. I feel that this is not about holding on. This is all about letting go and see what comes in. So I hope this reading has been of use to you. Self-mastery, energetics, and insights to move us along. Thank you.